As the New Year's bells chimed, Lark Hawthorne received her first gift of the year. A single photo. Her husband, tangled in another woman's arms. 10 minutes ago, he was holding their daughter, watching fireworks. 10 minutes later, he was already in someone else's bed. Last time, when Donovan and a model were caught making out in the car, she had that supercar destroyed with a hammer. And remember that fiasco on Valentine's Day. The yacht was set on fire before the party even ended.
I want a divorce and full custody of Susie.
Eleanor's expression turned complex. She was silent for a long moment, before nodding slowly.
All right, I'll help you. Stay with me for another 2 weeks.
Lark nodded and turned to leave. As she reached the door handle, Eleanor's voice floated behind her, almost to herself.
Back then, it was Donovan who fell in love with you at first sight and begged me to make you his.
Donovan had truly loved her once. He was once the notorious playboy of Manhattan. But for her, he had cut all ties with his past, trying to be faithful. On the day he proposed, he'd slid asset papers across the table.
Everything I own is yours. I'm yours.
When Susie was born, and she had a difficult delivery, it was the first time in his life that Donovan prayed to God, tears in his eyes, promising to give half his life to ensure her safety. He had given her every privilege, making everyone believe in the fairy tale of the reformed bad boy. But love, ironically, was the most fleeting thing in the world. No matter what the relationship had turned into, Donovan was undeniably a good father. He may not have been a good husband, but when it came to preserving Susie's innocent world, they shared a silent understanding. At least none of his flings had ever tainted Susie's view of her father. After a few playful words with Susie, Donovan finally looked up at Lark. His tone was casual, as if the humiliating message from the night before had never existed.
We're still on for Susie's vaccine appointment today, right?
It's scheduled for 9.
Lark replied, her eyes lowering as she continued braiding Susie's hair, her voice flat.
All right, I'll take you.
In the car to hospital, Susie, tired from waking up early, quickly fell asleep in her child's seat. Donovan tapped his fingers lightly on the steering wheel before suddenly chuckling. He glanced at Lark, his gaze a mix of curiosity and amusement.
I was bracing for paparazzi storming the club, or cops, maybe both, but just a delivery guy with condoms. Lark, that's new.
Lark stared out the window at the rapidly passing cityscape.
Isn't this what you wanted? A wife who stays quiet and lets you play?
He went still for a beat, then recovered.
Hey, relax, you're still the one with the ring. They're just distractions.
His words pierced like a needle, not fatal, but still painful. Lark forced a smile, not responding. When he had married her, he swore she would be the only one in his life. Now, these so-called distractions kept appearing one after another. The car stopped at the community hospital. Lark pulled out a document from her bag and handed it to Donovan. Sign here, it's the paperwork for Susie's enrollment next year. It was a thick stack, with the divorce papers hidden among them. Without even glancing at it, Donovan pulled out a pen from his suit pocket and signed his name on each page.
These little things, you can handle them.
He handed the papers back, then got out of the car, walking around to pick up the sleeping Susie. At that moment, there was a commotion near the hospital entrance. A pale woman was being pushed impatiently by the staff at the front desk.
If you don't have money, get out of the way. There's a line.
The woman stumbled, almost falling. Donovan glanced over, and Lark's gaze followed. She recognized the woman owning of the flings Donovan had cut off for her. Lark spoke in a calm tone.
Not going to help your old friend.
Donovan smirked as he cradled Susie in his arms.
My daughter comes first today.
The vaccine appointment finished, and when Lark looked up again, Donovan had already disappeared. Her phone buzzed with a message from him. Something came up. Take Susie home. I'll make it up to her on her birthday in a few days. Lark turned off her screen, her face expressionless. She didn't care what Donovan was doing. She simply took Susie to a kid-friendly restaurant. As expected, the headlines soon appeared. Donovan Knightley, the hero who saved a woman at the hospital. The photo was a candid shot from outside the hospital. Lark watched Susie eat her ice cream, her tone softening. Susie,
If mommy and daddy don't live together anymore, would you want to stay with me?
Click to watch the full episode.
As the New Year's bells chimed, Lark Hawthorne received her first gift of the year. A single photo. Her husband, tangled in another woman's arms. 10 minutes ago, he was holding their daughter, watching fireworks. 10 minutes later, he was already in someone else's bed. At the exact same moment, Donovan Knightley's affair with a rising star exploded across the internet. In the grand hall of the Knightley estate, all the guests attending the party turned their attention to Lark, waiting for her reaction.
Ma'am,
Her assistant approached quickly, visibly nervous.
do we Do the usual. Make it bigger.
Lark's voice was calm.
No. Contact PR. Bury it.
The assistant blinked, stunned. The room fell silent for a moment, before whispers erupted into louder conversations. Bury it. Did she just say bury it? Didn't she used to be dying for everyone to know, just so Donovan would lose all his face? Yeah, last time. When Donovan and a model were caught making out in the car, she had that supercar destroyed with a hammer, and remembered that fiasco on Valentine's Day. The yacht was set on fire before the party even ended.
She'd go full nuclear. Donovan just watched, then went right back to his women. Now she's, what, playing gracious?
The words poured into Lark's ears. She loved them. She'd heard worse. Everyone assumed she had just given up on making a scene to keep Donovan, and was now trying a different tactic. It's been 2 years. She was tired. When the party ended, Lark carried her sleeping daughter back to their room, then made her way upstairs to the study. She knocked gently on the door. Inside, Donovan's mother, Eleanor Knightley, sat her day on the sofa, rubbing her forehead.
Mom?
Lark called softly. Eleanor looked up, her face full of guilt.
Lark, I am so sorry. I'll call that his right now.
She dialed Donovan's number, putting it on speaker. Her voice was sharp with anger.
Donovan Knightley, where the hell are you on New Year's Eve? Get your ass home now.
The background noise on the other end was chaotic, with a woman's soft laughter. Donovan's voice came through lazily.
Mom, I'm a little busy right now. I'll come back tomorrow and say sorry. It's the girl's birthday today. I promised to be there for the cake cutting. Oh, and tell Lark she handled today well. She's acting like a real Knightley wife now. Tell her to keep it up. Bye.
Eleanor's chest heaved with anger, and she slammed the phone down on the sofa.
Bastard.
Lark smiled gently, her gaze serene.
Mom, I'm not here for justice today.
Eleanor paused, taken aback. Lark's voice softened.
5 years ago, when my mother was in the late stages of liver failure, you were kind enough to donate half your liver to save her. I'll never forget that kindness. You asked me to marry Donovan, to keep him in line. I tried. I did keep him, but when Susie turned 1, he slipped back into his old ways. For 2 years I screamed, I smashed things, I lost every shred of dignity.
Eleanor sighed deeply, taking Lark's cold hand in hers.
My dear, it was my mistake to tie you to him with gratitude. Tell me what you want. I'll give you anything.
Lark pulled a document from her bag and set it down.
I want a divorce and full custody of Susie.
Eleanor's expression turned complex. She was silent for a long moment, before nodding slowly.
All right, I'll help you. Stay with me for another 2 weeks.
Lark nodded and turned to leave. As she reached the door handle, Eleanor's voice floated behind her, almost to herself.
Back then, it was Donovan who fell in love with you at first sight and begged me to make you his.
Donovan had truly loved her once. He was once the notorious playboy of Manhattan, but for her, he had cut all ties with his past, trying to be faithful. On the day he proposed, he'd slid asset papers across the table.
Everything I own is yours. I'm yours.
When Susie was born, and she had a difficult delivery, it was the first time in his life that Donovan prayed to God, tears in his eyes, promising to give half his life to ensure her safety. He had given her every privilege, making everyone believe in the fairy tale of the reformed bad boy. But love, ironically, was the most fleeting thing in the world. Downstairs, her phone lit up. A huge transfer from Donovan. Then the message.
Heard you've changed. Playing it cool now? I'm not used to it. I'm at the fall into the club you got shut down last month. It's back open. Room V888. Come cover and bring a condom.
Lark stared at the message on her phone. Her face didn't change, not a twitch. She didn't reply. Instead, she opened the delivery app and keyed in the address Donovan had given her. She ordered a box of condoms and sent them over. She knew Donovan was trying to provoke her, but she was exhausted, too tired to engage in his games anymore. The next morning, Lark was patiently braiding Susie's hair when a bedroom door opened. It was Donovan.
Daddy!
Susie's eyes lit up as she ran to him with open arms. Donovan bent down, expertly scooping his daughter into his arms, weighing her lightly.
Missed me after just one night, huh?
He chuckled, nuzzling her cheek with his chin, making Susie giggle. Lark stood by the vanity, still holding the comb, quietly watching the scene unfold. No matter what the relationship had turned into, Donovan was undeniably a good father. He may not have been a good husband, But when it came to preserving Susie's innocent world, they shared a silent understanding. At least none of his flings had ever tainted Susie's view of her father. After a few playful words with Susie, Donovan finally looked up at Lark. His tone was casual, as if the humiliating message from the night before had never existed.
We're still on for Susie's vaccine appointment today, right?
It's scheduled for 9.
Lark replied, her eyes lowering as she continued braiding Susie's hair, her voice flat.
All right, I'll take you.
In the car to hospital, Susie, tired from waking up early, quickly fell asleep in her child's seat. Donovan tapped his fingers lightly on the steering wheel before suddenly chuckling. He glanced at Lark, his gaze a mix of curiosity and amusement.
I was bracing for paparazzi storming the club, or cops, maybe both, but just a delivery guy with condoms. Lark, that's new.
Lark stared out the window at the rapidly passing cityscape.
Isn't this what you wanted? A wife who stays quiet and lets you play?
He went still for a beat, then recovered.
Hey, relax, you're still the one with the ring. They're just distractions.
His words pierced like a needle, not fatal, but still painful. Lark forced a smile, not responding. When he had married her, he swore she would be the only one in his life. Now, these so-called distractions kept appearing one after another. The car stopped at the community hospital. Lark pulled out a document from her bag and handed it to Donovan. Sign here, it's the paperwork for Susie's enrollment next year. It was a thick stack, with the divorce papers hidden among them. Without even glancing at it, Donovan pulled out a pen from his suit pocket and signed his name on each page.
These little things, you can handle them.
He handed the papers back, then got out of the car, walking around to pick up the sleeping Susie. At that moment, there was a commotion near the hospital entrance. A pale woman was being pushed impatiently by the staff at the front desk.
If you don't have money, get out of the way. There's a line.
The woman stumbled, almost falling. Donovan glanced over, and Lark's gaze followed. She recognized the woman owning of the flings Donovan had cut off for her. Lark spoke in a calm tone.
Not going to help your old friend.
Donovan smirked as he cradled Susie in his arms.
My daughter comes first today.
The vaccine appointment finished, and when Lark looked up again, Donovan had already disappeared. Her phone buzzed with a message from him. Something came up, take Susie home. I'll make it up to her on her birthday in a few days. Lark turned off her screen, her face expressionless. She didn't care what Donovan was doing. She simply took Susie to a kid-friendly restaurant. As expected, the headlines soon appeared. Donovan Knightley, the hero who saved a woman at the hospital. The photo was a candid shot from outside the hospital. Lark watched Susie eat her ice cream, her tone softening. Susie,
If mommy and daddy don't live together anymore, would you want to stay with me?
Susie looked up, thinking seriously for a moment, then nodded.
I would. Where mommy is, where I want to be.
She paused for a moment, then added softly.
Daddy's busy a lot, but I have mommy.
The simplicity and directness of a child's world. Lark's heart ached. Then she bent down to kiss Susie's forehead.
Good girl. Let's not tell daddy about this for now, okay?
Okay.
After calming her daughter down and handing her over to the nanny, Lark's phone rang. It was her assistant calling. The assistant's voice was cautious, as if afraid Lark might snap at any moment.
Ma'am, Mr. Knightley asked for the keys to Cloudwater Manor. He's giving them to Mila Vance, a Z-list actress.
Lark's fingers tightened around the phone. Cloudwater Manor, that was her property before marriage. He sure knew how to pick a place. She responded calmly.
Got it.
After hanging up, she searched for the average rental price in the capital and sent it to Donovan. If he's putting her in her house, he might as well pay some rent. Donovan didn't reply, but soon, a large transfer came through from the bank. For the next few days, Donovan didn't show up, and Lark was more than happy to have the peace and quiet. She didn't have to worry about what Donovan was doing anymore, nor did she need to go crazy trying to win him back. She even picked up music composition again, something she hadn't done in 2 years. With her attention no longer on Donovan, she felt lighter, freer, but in her social media feed, she still saw traces of him. Last night, in a VIP room at a casino, he was throwing money around, with Mila nestled next to him, flashing a charming smile. The night before, at a private yacht party, he was holding Mila's waist, with fireworks lighting up the night sky behind them. The latest post came from a famous producer on set, showing the crew on location for a dating reality show. Donovan was at the shoot, casually sitting next to the monitors, his gaze fixed on Mila. It seemed that after all these years, Not only had this woman regained his affection, but she even had him personally show up to her fuming. That girl sure had some skills. Susie's birthday party was set for the weekend, with celebrities and socialites filling the venue. The air was full of excitement and glamour. Before the event started, Lark went to the kitchen to double-check the menu. She couldn't let any details slip on her daughter's third birthday. When she returned to the ballroom, her eyes immediately landed on Donovan's mother, Eleanor, whose face was twisted with displeasure. Susie was surrounded, and in front of her stood none other than Mila. She was holding an expensive diamond bracelet, her face adorned with a smile.
Susie, this is a birthday gift from you. Do you like it? Let me help you put it on, okay?
No.
Mila, however, acted as if she had heard and grabbed Susie's wrist. Trying to slip the bracelet on, Susie tugged her arm away. She looked up at the man standing off to the side, her eyes sparkling.
Looks like Susie doesn't like me much. I just wanted to make her happy.
Lark's blood boiled as she watched the scene unfold. She took a few quick steps forward, shoved Mila aside, and scooped Susie into her arms. Ignoring Mila, who had fallen to the ground, she locked eyes with Donovan.
Donovan Knightley, keep your disgusting affairs away from us, and away from my daughter.
The air seemed to freeze. Mila, still on the ground, was stunned for a moment before her eyes welled up with tears. She looked at Donovan, her voice filled with frustration and helplessness.
Mr. Knightley, I just wanted to bring Susie a birthday gift, as you asked.
Donovan's expression darkened. He glanced briefly at Lark, then reached down to help Mila.
Did you hurt yourself?
With his help, Mila stood and leaned against his arm, shaking her head gently. Donovan finally looked up, his eyes full of impatience.
I thought you'd learned some decorum by now. Looks like I was wrong. Mila is my new assistant. I brought her to learn Susie's routine so she can help take care of her. Is this something you can't tolerate? Where's your dignity as Mrs. Knightley?
Lark closed her eyes for a moment. In the past 2 years, she had caught him cheating, caused scenes, and smashed things. She had done plenty of undignified acts. Every time, Donovan would simply wait for her to vent, then casually comfort her with a few words, before dismissing the women in front of her. Now, Mila Vance was touching her daughter, and Donovan had the audacity to ask for dignity.
You bring your mistress into my home, turn my baby's party into your little show, and now you're teaching me dignity.
Donovan's face darkened immediately, and it was only when Eleanor spoke up that the situation didn't escalate further. A birthday party, meticulously planned, ended in an uncomfortable silence. The guests, sensing the tension, gradually made their exits, leaving only a room of awkwardness and mess. Susie, framed by the scene, developed a mild fever that night. Lark stayed up all night tending to her. After soothing her daughter to sleep, Lark turned her attention to the family assets. However, when she checked the trust fund that Donovan's father had set up specifically for Susie, she noticed something odd. A large sum of money had been moved from the fund recently, with Donovan's name listed as the approver. How could he? A chill ran down her spine. Lark immediately dialed Donovan's number. No answer. She hung up and drove straight to Knightley Group, the front of Donovan office, top floor. The secretary tried to stop her.
Ma'am, Mr. Knightley is busy.
Ignoring her, Lark walked straight toward the office. Just as she reached for the door, she heard muffled sounds, feminine moans, and Donovan's heavy breathing. Lark frowned. She took a deep breath, forced back the nausea, and pushed the door open. The air in the office reeked of lust. Mila was half-dressed, sitting on the edge of the desk, her skirt rolled up to her waist, facing the door. Donovan had his back to the door, his shirt disheveled. Mila's gaze met Lark's, a blatant challenge in her eyes. The next moment, she let out a startled gasp and hid behind Donovan. Donovan paused, his brow furrowing slightly. There was no panic of being caught by his wife, just a quick adjustment to his clothes. He moved Mila slightly behind him and leisurely lit a cigarette before looking at Lark.
Why are you here, Mrs. Knightley? Something wrong?
Lark didn't look at the two of them any longer. She pulled up the account statement showing the transaction.
The money in trust fund is almost all gone. Did you take it?
Before Donovan could respond, Mila, hiding behind him, spoke timidly.
Mr. Knightley, I'm so sorry. Without my breach fee, you wouldn't have touched Susie's money. I didn't mean to upset Mrs. Knightley.
Donovan gently patted Mila's hand in a comforting gesture, then glanced at Lark.
Don't overreact. You humiliated her in front of everyone. She cried for days. This is just compensation. Let's call it a way to avoid further trouble, all right?
Compensation? With their daughter's money? Lark's ears started to ring, and for a moment, everything went black in front of her. She had always believed that no matter how reckless Donovan was, at least he was a good father to Susie. That belief shattered now. Just then, there was a knock at the door.
Mr. Knightley, the meeting is starting.
Donovan casually adjusted his shirt, then walked out with Mila in tow. As they passed her, he paused and offered a half smile.
Come on, be happy. I've ordered the latest jewelry for you. It'll be delivered as an apology.
Without waiting for a response, he breezed past her and opened the office door. The large office was left with only the lingering scent of desire and Lark. She glanced around at the familiar decor, faintly recalling the few pleasant memories she had shared with Donovan here. The sincerity he once showed was now replaced with disgust and nausea. The jewelry Donovan promised arrived the next day. Lark didn't even look at it. She had the maid take it straight to the storage room. She didn't inquire further about the missing funds, nor did she confront Donovan about Mila. Donovan seemed to take her silence as compromise. He didn't return home, instead lingering in Mila's warm embrace. With tabloid reports, Mila, a once obscure actress, was now thrust into the spotlight, and her past was being uncovered. The comments on the posts were filled with gossip. She lasted 3 months before Lark found out long just ever. 5 years later, and she's the only one he's with. Impressive. Donovan went all out to win Mrs. Knightley, cutting ties with every other fling years ago, and now he gave Mila everything she wanted. History really does repeat. The word repeat hit Lark like a key turning in a lock, unlocking painful memories. When Donovan had pursued her, he had severed all ties with his past, and the entire Manhattan elite knew how much he loved her. He fought for her, spent everything he had for her. So when Eleanor saved her mother and made that request, Lark agreed. She thought she was the exception, the only harbor where he would find peace. Now, it all seemed laughable. She focused on her career studio she had built before marriage, a space dedicated to her music composition. In a few days, the studio would hold its biggest press event. In partnership with a well-known brand, it was her own project, and she had poured her heart and soul into it. She even invited an Oscar-winning actress to be the guest of honor, hoping to elevate the brand's status. However, on the day of the event, under the spotlight, it was Mila who walked on stage. Lark frowned for a moment, but couldn't disrupt the event now. Then, she saw Donovan stand beside Mila. She knew exactly whose idea it was, and her expression shifted.
Donovan Knightley, what gives you the right to replace my guest?
Mila's hot right now, and her image is perfect. Having her will get better buzz. We're a team, you know? Your resources are mine, and vice versa. What's the issue? I wasn't sure what to give her, so I thought you'd help. She has earned money, and it will offset the fund money.
Lark's stomach churned. She took a deep breath, suppressing the urge to blow up in front of everyone. She couldn't ruin her own event, not after everything she had invested in it. But as Mila began her presentation, she faltered. A reporter seized that opportunity to ask a question, and Mila completely lost her composure, fumbling for words.
The technology is complicated, kind of like the algorithm in the app.
A suppressed chuckle spread through the crowd, and the brand representatives looked visibly uncomfortable. In her nervousness, Mila knocked over a glass of water on the display table, splashing it onto the nearby sound system. The speakers let out a piercing screech, and the screen flickered before going completely black. The room erupted into chaos.
Oh no! Did it burn out? Is she here to sabotage the event? She can't even explain the basics, and she's the guest of honor. What a joke.
Mila frowned on stage, her face pale, eyes welling up as she looked toward Donovan. Donovan motioned for the bodyguards to escort her off the stage after calming her down. He turned to Lark.
She was just nervous. We'll have her better prepared next time.
The event was hastily wrapped up. Lark said nothing, but her phone began to vibrate nonstop. The first message was from the actress's manager, accusing the studio of lacking professional integrity. Next was an email from the brand, demanding an explanation and discussing compensation. Then came messages from the project managers she had been negotiating with, politely letting her know they would reconsider. Finally, the studio's emergency report came in. 3 partners had officially canceled their contracts and demanded compensation. Lark, when Donovan had pursued her, he had severed all ties with his past, and the entire Manhattan elite knew how much he loved her. He fought for her, spent everything he had for her. So when Eleanor saved her mother and made that request, Lark agreed. She thought she was the exception, the only harbor where he would find peace. Now, it all seemed laughable. She focused on her career studio she had built before marriage, a space dedicated to her music composition. In a few days, the studio would hold its biggest press event. In partnership with a well-known brand, it was her own project, and she had poured her heart and soul into it. She even invited an Oscar-winning actress to be the guest of honor, hoping to elevate the brand's status. However, on the day of the event, under the spotlight, It was Mila who walked on stage. Lark frowned for a moment, but couldn't disrupt the event now. Then, she saw Donovan stand beside Mila. She knew exactly whose idea it was, and her expression shifted.
Donovan Knightley, what gives you the right to replace my guest?
Mila's hot right now, and her image is perfect, having her will get better buzz. We're a team, you know? Your resources are mine, and vice versa. What's the issue? I wasn't sure what to give her, so I thought you'd help. She has earned money, and it will offset the fund money.
Lark's stomach churned. She took a deep breath, suppressing the urge to blow up in front of everyone. She couldn't ruin her own event, not after everything she had invested in it. But as Mila began her presentation, she faltered.
How long are you going to act like this? I said I'd pay double, triple, whatever. You used to just smash cars and burn clubs, but now you're hitting people? How vicious you are now.
Lark gripped the table, forcing herself upright through the fire in her side.
Vicious?
She laughed, short and bitter.
And you? Stealing from your own daughter's trust fund, ruining my event. What does that make you, Donovan? S-hole?
Donovan seemed taken aback by her defiance, his chest heaving with rage, and he pointed a finger at Lark.
Let's see how insane you can be.
He wrapped an arm around Mila and stormed out. The pain in her waist throbbed with every breath, but her heart felt nothing. She slid slowly to the floor and closed her eyes. The man who once swore he'd rather die than see her hurt was gone. How long it had been, she couldn't tell, but the sound of her phone ringing broke the silence. It was Eleanor. Lark took a deep breath, trying to make her voice sound normal.
Hello.
Lark, the paperwork is almost done. It'll be finalized in 5 days, tops. Don't worry, I know Donovan has wronged you. The lawyers have everything sorted. You and Susie won't be shortchanged.
Thank you, Eleanor.
There is one more thing. Your father-in-law's funeral is coming up. We're gathering the family for it. I know it is awful now, but he always loved you like his own daughter. Would you help me one last time?
Okay, Mom, I'll help with it.
The sky hung gray and heavy. Lark directed the servants in preparing the house. This was her final respect for the elderly man who had treated her kindly in life. An engine growled outside. Lark didn't need to turn around to know Donovan had returned. He had, and he wasn't alone. Mila was walking arm in arm with him, leaning into his side. Donovan acted like it was nothing. Throughout the ceremony, Lark and Donovan didn't exchange a word, not even a glance, like strangers. Mila stayed glued to his side, quiet, demure, perfect picture of belonging. After the ceremony, the family members moved to the side room for meal. Finally, Donovan's aunt couldn't hold back any longer, her gaze sweeping over Mila before speaking up.
Donovan, today is your father's funeral. Why bring her here? Lark is still your wife. Show some respect to your father.
Her words were like a stone thrown into still water, and the room fell into a heavy silence. All eyes turned to Mila. Her shoulders trembled slightly, and her eyes quickly filled with tears. She looked up at the aunt, her voice trembling.
I know I shouldn't be here. I'm not supposed to be here.
She choked, slowly reaching into her bag to pull out a folded piece of paper.
But I'm pregnant. He's still a Knightley. I just wanted the baby to be able to honor his grandfather, so that he knows that the Knightley family is growing.
The room fell into absolute silence, with every breath audibly tense. Even Donovan looked stunned. Mila bit her lip, gazing at him with a pitiful look.
I wasn't sure how to tell you, Donovan. You're not angry, are you?
Donovan's expression shifted, and he struggled to suppress his emotions before turning to Lark's aunt.
Since she's carrying a Knightley, it's natural she should come and pay respects.
His admission was like a knife, stabbing directly into Lark's heart, twisting it mercilessly. Oh, for the past 2 years, Donovan had fathered children with other women, but he had paid them off, dismissing their claims. He always said that no other woman was worthy of having his child, and despite all the chaos, Susie was supposed to stay the only Knightley heir. But now, Mila was pregnant, and her husband had openly acknowledged it. Lark bit her lip, forcing the tears back. Donovan's aunt, pale with fury, pointed at Donovan.
Have you lost your mind? What about Lark? What about Susie?
Auntie.
Lark finally spoke, her voice surprisingly calm.
Today is about Mr. Knightley. Let's not disturb him.
Donovan glanced at her, surprised. He'd expected fireworks, but Lark simply stood up, her gaze moving to Eleanor, who was sitting at the head of the table, her face pale and tense.
Eleanor, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to take Susie home. Please take care of here.
Without waiting for a response, she walked over to her daughter, who was quietly playing with her toys, and gently took her hand. Her back, as she walked away, caused a strange unease in Donovan's heart. But Lark, who had never once considered divorce, despite all the humiliation over the last 2 years, was clearly not a woman to be easily discarded.
Mom, are we going home?
Lark bent down, scooping her daughter up into her arms.
Yes, we're going home.